Welcome to my world! Won't you come on in? And this video is made out of a series of parts. The first part of the video, which obviously after this one, is going to be a quick impromptu tour of this the Snow Queen Palace. It's so impromptu, it's so quick, it's so fresh, it's so new, and I'm still editing it as we go. Followed by that will be a brief discussion on my teeth care and concerns I'm having about trying to find a dentist. That was recorded around the 10th of August. That video was a remake for the original video, which was so potty mouth that I got so offended that I decided to erase that video and record the segment you're going to see. I felt I did a very good job on that because I think it helped you to understand a little bit about some of the things I have a hard time in my life. This video will be released onto, of course, Welcome to My World YouTube channel Monday afternoon. But for right now, the easiest way to get to that video is to go to my homepage. It's called http://www.youtube.com/USAR/BICHELA4. Incidentally, funny about the tooth one got put in because I am having some slight issues with my teeth right now. However, the video did not mention at the time that I did indeed work things out with community health and wellness here in Winston/Torrington, which will be seeing me around, I think, the 9th of October. So hopefully I will be able to get that broken tooth fixed. Also, I want to do some some of the original unboxings on some of the equipment, like the camera and the color test card, which is behind me. Well, at least if you know where it is, at least you know it'll be center. And that's true. Okay, so, because obviously you were right in front of it, almost squarely. Yeah. Okay. So, that's what we're going to do. And, so coming up, this video will be released in both NTSC for Charter and PAL, because they're not sure if they can play PAL or not. So as I said, well, since I only record usually 2 half-hour shows on the DVD, I can certainly stick a PAL episode on the DVD as well, allowing you to watch that and see if your equipment can play back the PAL release as well as the DVD release. For those of you who may not be well aware of the fact that for the video, which is the intro to this thing, is recorded in an iPhone 3GS. iPhone 3GS only records at 640 by 480 at 30 frames per second. Okay, and for that reason, I decided to letterbox it so you can see just how much smaller an iPhone 3GS picture looks than the standard PAL screen, of which this is. If you're wondering why there's little tiny, some TVs may see, some may not, why there's little black lines on either side of the picture too. It's because I think the camera here doesn't actually record edge to edge. I think it's got a sensor that only holds so many pixels, and on the horizontal resolution, or is it vertical? Yeah, I get confused. Horizontal is going up and down, right? No, that's vertical. Okay, horizontal then. Yes. Okay, so basically what it comes down to is me and Lemmy are talking about. What I was trying to say is we're going to I want to see how this plays. with both NTSC and PAL. If the local cable provider here is able to play and distribute the PAL version of the videos, it will make it possible for us to forego a step. If they cannot play it well, then we'll continue to do it with the NTSC transcoding. Without any further ado, let's get to the video tour of my apartment. Today we're going to show you the North American Snow Queen studio, and we have two of them. And we're going to show you both of them, but for this purpose we have used the iPhone HES because the camera, the other one is not quite as portable. For the Lord said on the first day, let there be light. He saw that it was good. Oh, actually got the skylight up there too on. This is the chroma key room. This is where we do some of the videos that you see on YouTube and on, of course, Cablevision 13 or Predator 13. And but now I'm going to show you something really cool. This is the camera. And I showed this to you once before in my videos, but I never really went into much detail on it. Right now it's not on. For those of you who are gearheads and are interested in this stuff, technical specifications of it. It's a 700 TVL security camera mounted onto a standard 35mm camera tripod using a 25mm C-mount lens, and you can see it has a C-mount extension tube. This is a small LCD car rear view display as our viewfinder. You might think this is pretty inadequate, but actually it works pretty good for most video work. Now this camera, unfortunately, is not very portable. You can't take it anywhere except roam because it's connected by this big fat umbilical cord right here. This carries video and power to and from the camera. Okay, there's no sound. That is processed by this SSM 1250 mixer over here. Microphones themselves are plugged in over here by the cat. The Shure SSM Shure M68 MC mixer has inputs for 4 microphones and a LAN level audio source. Standard Nova 40 headphones for monitoring the sound. Telephone. We have this broken up into 2 studios, so we can use either one. Right now, this is the one we're using here. Again, we alternate between the 2 studios depending on what kind of video work we're doing. Sometimes we're doing chroma key and it gets really hard to get a good shot. And sometimes I just want a simple, nice little formal gathering where I can just have a relaxation time with my friends instead of trying to worry about picking on the ultimate details and things like that. Unfortunately, my iPhone 3GS is handheld, so sometimes I screw up on the shots. But I do have some extra footage of the cameras and stuff I can add if I need to. This apartment I've been here now for a few years, and so it's pretty much been my home for a long time, and I've seen a lot of things here in this neighborhood change, thoughts, environment has changed, the economy has changed, and unfortunately that has caused a lot of consternation for people as well. Actually, let me show you the actual of the studio here close up. I can describe some of the stuff on this couch. You've ever seen that blue material before, and when wires are a piece of blue material. That's because my hair blends into the wall so darn well you would never see my head. Sometimes you couldn't tell which one it was. If it was my head or the wall. So, the blue material acts as kind of a chromatic breakup to provide a little bit of a contrast. So you can tell it's my hair or the wall. Okay? Yeah, you can see I got a lot of stuffed animals here. I got 3 Hello Kitties. I got stuffed tiger cats. Another stuffed cat over there. I got a real cat running around here too. I got 2 cats, real ones. I think he ran outside too. Pretend to do that. This is the multimedia studio. This is the one that you see me do videos in as well. The green screen isn't exactly flawless. I've had a lot of problems with that sometimes in videos. Either the light's too bright, or it doesn't, again, it will sometimes mess up with my hair in the shots. Now, I'm going to show you something real cool, because I talked about it before, but I'm going to show it to you a little close up and see if we can get a good shot of it. This is can't really get it. That's the PowerMax G5. Sorry, but that's the video is on. That thing on the top there is a Formac FS10 that takes the PAL video or NTSC video input to composite and brings it into a form for Firewire. And we can edit with Final Cut Express, iMovie 6, iMovie H, 8H, I guess you can think of it as iMovie Hell. So be accurate if you ask me. There's a keyboard, there's a monitor. This is 21-inch. And what we have is a piece of plywood on the top there. Because cats like to lay on it. And unfortunately the plastic of the monitor is old, and Fame especially is very heavy, he's big, and he's actually already kind of cracked it, so I don't want to fall through it and get electrocuted. Over here is the DLT tape drive, which I've done that video briefly on the Michelle Marie's Eliminate channel on YouTube. I could consider redoing an upload on here, but I just don't think it's really going to be anything that you're really going to be interested in. And of course, this is my kitchen. Don't look like much of a kitchen anymore. It's kind of more of my machine shop. It's kind of where I do a lot of repairs and things. There's computers and monitors, and there's a stove right there. And this is where we do just about everything. We fix things, wire things, solder things, create things. Unfortunately, sometimes we break things. But some of you might be interested in this part of it here. Some people love technology. Some people can't give a damn. This is the a phone system for all the apartments in the building. And there's our internet residential gateway. There's our routers and switches here that connects all the networks together in the building. So many apartments are wired, and some of them are just still using wireless. But that's just kind of how we do things around here. And that's really not much more to it than my apartment did that. That's pretty much it. When you get to be in my income bracket, sometimes you gotta take the good and the bad. Yeah. Well, here's the bad. My bed mattress is a saggy mess. And my bed sheets are getting worn out, and they're starting to fall apart. And I gotta get some new bed sheets. So that's what I gotta do next. That's just not a computer. It's kind of being used as a file server. I turn the fan on in here. It's getting a little warm. There we go. Uh, and that's just about all there is to my apartment. It's not much. It's home. It's just that I think it needs something. I think it needs some pizzazz. It just needs something. But for now, I'll talk to you soon. The tooth does not hurt. That's good. The tooth does need to be repaired. Okay, it is a high priority, but not necessarily because it hurts, but because it's a problem that's going to hurt in a few months to years. Tooth decay is going to set in and it's going to expose the nerve, and when it does, that's going to mean it's going to be major. Ouch. At that point, the ability to save the tooth is like none. So the idea is I wanted to try to have it checked out before it got that bad. Unfortunately, my choices in my income bracket are very limited. And despite my best efforts and all the recommendations of people to go to the Yukon Health Center in Farmington, Connecticut, was not really a good choice, because I got in there in Clinic 5. I arrived about 6:55 a.m. or 6:50 a.m. on there, which was an hour before they opened, hour and a half before they opened. And I was the only one and the first one sitting there waiting for a ride. And I signed my name first on the checklist of all the people that come in. And I went out to the window. I was anxious, because I didn't know anything about these people at all. Okay, I really felt kind of like, with my anxiety and my Asperger's, my hearing was, my mind was racing. My thoughts were getting all jumbled up. In other words, so it was a good thing I had Sherry there, because even if they had called my name, I probably would have missed it. Okay. So I went out to the window. The first thing the receptionist asked me is, "Are you in pain?" I don't believe in telling a lie. I said, "I'm in a very small amount of pain. I got a broken tooth, and I need it fixed." And then at that point, she went, "Okay, fine." My fingernails all dirt. She said, "Could you please put some of the hand cleaner on them before you give me your cards, because I don't want to get any kind of, viruses and stuff." I didn't have a problem with that. I understood that about the issue, especially with Ebola going around. So I filled out the form. I gave her my cards, and she said to me, "Miss Delaney, you don't even have dental insurance on this card." I said, "No, I don't." "You don't even have, all you have is Medicare. They don't pay for dentistry." "No, they don't." And I said nicely, "If I had dental insurance, why would I be here? I would have had a dentist already, honestly." So I must have been pretty low priority, because I was sitting there. I've been told about 10 o'clock in the morning. At 9:30, I was just growing impatient. I was getting angry. I was getting furious. Everybody else was going in before me, and there was a lot of people. There were people in wheelchairs. There were people in walkers, and there was one guy sitting on a gurney. He's probably from the regular hospital section, to get his teeth fixed or something. I don't know. And after that, I began to realize, after I read on the door, it says, "Payment is due at time services are rendered." Now, I began to think to myself well, there ain't going to be no copay. Okay, because there ain't no copay, because that would have to be full price. Whatever it was, I had to do. I was like, I was feeling really, really uncomfortable. my panic alarm was going off in my head. Oh my God, this is going to cost me more money than I have. I don't have the money to fund this. I really don't know what to do. I'm lost. And so I went back to. I mean, I was angry. I was upset. I felt violated because I was the first one there, but I was not the first one seen. And I tried to be polite to the receptionist. I said to her nicely, I said, ma'am, I'm going to cancel because I'm going to go somewhere else. And I got the paperwork filled out for that clinic. And I got to bring it down there and see if we can get everything, the ball rolling, and fix the tooth. What are they going to do with the tooth? Well, there's a couple choices. Cheap, quick, and not good. Cheap, good, but not quick. Cheap, good. Good, but quick, but not cheap. Basically meaning, either A, we can put some filling compound in to try to reshape the broken molar to look like a molar again, which is relatively cheap. It's quick, but I can't guarantee how long it's going to hold. Okay? The second choice is put a crown on it, which is still relatively cheap. It's not quick, but it's good. Okay? The third choice is the most drastic, is replace that bad or missing or broken tooth with an implant. It's not cheap, it's not quick, and it is good. So I had to choose between potentially 3 outcomes. If I'm looking at some close up, I squint too. Let's talk about that. Why is that? Because part of the problem is I got a cataract in my right eye that's basically making me go blind. There's nothing I can do about it. There's no magic I can do to fix something that is just an age-related issue. Same thing with my teeth. You're old. Your body starts to break down. We do have the ability in the human body to repair itself, but we don't, for some reason, have the ability to repair itself because it's as if that gene is switched off. So anytime you break something, like for example, take a look at a shark. A shark, for example, pops out new teeth when he loses one, he pops a new one in, right? Human beings have the same ability to some extent. But what happened is that almost maybe related to what happened in maybe the Garden of Eden when Adam and Eve did the transgressions, and then Yahweh said to them, from this day forward you will die. What he meant probably was just that. You're going to fall apart. You're physically going to decline, and there's nothing that you're going to be able to do. You can throw hundreds of thousands of dollars in it, and tummy tucks, and everything else, but unfortunately, you're still going to fit. Your body's going to get old. The joints get sore. You get arthritis. Your bones get brittle because of lack of calcium. And even though I drink a lot of calcium, it makes me think, is maybe possibly some of the reasons why I'm getting fractures and teeth are starting to break is because maybe I'm not getting enough calcium. Maybe I need to do a bone density test. I think it wouldn't be a bad idea. I can ask my primary care physician when I see him next month. I'll ask him, can I go for a bone density test? Because I'm thinking I'm losing calcium and I think my bones are starting to get brittle. By the way, as I said, the tooth is not fixed right now. The part that's broken off is still there. It's actually being held in place by my gum right now. I thought about pulling it out But then I realized if I pull it out, I could cause more damage. And even though it's loose, it's completely loose, separated from the tooth, I should be able to rip it off. I don't know if there's any of the pulp to stick to it, so I don't want to aggravate the problem. I tried that temporary filling fixing stuff from CVS. That stuff was a waste of my time. It did not work. In fact, the original amalgam filling that was my mouth at that point was like 2.5 millimeters thick, and to fill that much of that CVS brand tooth filler, I don't know what it was taking, but it was not holding up. It was breaking up into a million pieces as even though I was working on it. It was just not getting hard as it should get. Possibly, maybe because maybe I played it wrong. Maybe the problem isn't so much that. Maybe it's just that my molar is just too much of a hole to fill in all at one time. I don't know. But it just proves the point that I'm getting old. If the cataracts haven't already done so, and if the situation with my arthritis and my bad hearing, and you know, I mean, I'm trying to hold on like everybody else does, and that's what Mother God expects us to do. Is just roll with the punches. Just try to keep up. Do the best you can. I don't feel as a failure that I couldn't get to the dentist. I do feel that the system has failed me. We were always told that, you know, maybe when we were kids we're stupid. You know, we're so ignorant. We don't really think of this. You know, oh, I'm going to live forever. When I die and I'm 90 years old, I'm going to have perfect teeth and perfect eyesight and perfect hearing. Well, the sad truth is, honey, is not most people do. They suffer because of that. It's just that, you know, for those of us who are trying, you know, to keep up, it's just a real heartache when we can't even, we're deprived or denied the access to the care that we should have, even if we had the money to buy it, which when you're in a fixed income, it's just not there. I mean, everything else is going up in the store. I mean, you go buy, say for example, a gallon of milk. Like, it's $3.79 for a gallon of milk, right? And then you try to go out there and you try to buy, some people like to eat meat. You try to buy a steak and you find that the steaks have gone up in price. And the same thing for other things. Eggs. Anything that's imported, anything that comes from California because of the drought is gone up in price. Anything from the Southwest has gone up for the same reason as California. And it is causing a lot of hardship. So you sit there going, well, I really would like to have done that, but I can't. What am I supposed to do? But anyway, for right now, I've got to get going. And I want you to keep up with my channel, and let's see if we can try to keep things on a positive footing from now on. Okay? So, I'll see you soon, guys. Bye-bye.